So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia...
Oh, right. You...
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar... And these days, you're more not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. Which brings me back to you, and why you're... The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, to have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been...
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like...
So that's your answer. Well, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer...
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than any...
It's always better to travel with...
Before us lies Aru Village. The city...
Whoa, this landscape is real...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia. Would you care to enlighten me?
Alhaitham,
Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal
Who is that, Al-Haytham?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think...
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over, but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of our... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work?
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has... Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought...
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to...
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads... I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scared. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to... Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to... So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine...
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that town.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Reap.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to win. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your... And now you, Dia. I believe...
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about, my situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our... But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless arc.
Is that all? Well...
That's more like it. I missed you all so...
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these...
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Candace, you're still fighting?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to tell.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Take flight!
Delve into death. Whirling snow. Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up? Shadows of... Take flight. The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full. I am the chief of Aru village.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for...
I can't say they've always been common. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an
Another effect. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village speaking of which, why haven't I
Village Keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After a period of training, the academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, but, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than... Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing a... Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has it. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A sob, despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright, almost as if after that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali would...
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling...
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good, but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my...
Huh? Who...
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
name is Isak.
Is your grandpa
Hey, don't say that.
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta...
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the... I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp sense.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. On it.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
I had a...
Huh? You knew this was...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after... Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize... It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like...
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has... It's also my reason for fighting.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up.
Really? Wow.